just seems so hard to bear, and no one in this world just seems to care. I will lay you down, and I'll show you how to close your eyes and see beyond the doubt. And everything you see is okay. And nothing seems it's going right. Don't let your heart start to bend. Don't give up the fight. You cannot live by what you see. Only believe.
Twilight Sparkle set down the balloon in Canterlot Castle's main courtyard. The open space was dotted with tents and campfires and lanterns, and dozens of refugees huddled together against the chill of the night and the sting of their misery. Twilight helped her passengers disembark. The Cakes gave her one last look of wearied gratitude before trotting off. Moments later, parents came galloping on sight of their foals. Scootaloo was quickly hustled off. Silver Spoon soon followed suit. Sweetie Belle's parents paused in mid-hug of their foal, however, when they spotted the haunted look on Twilight's face. Sweetie's mother faced Twilight, an awful question sitting unasked in her mouth like a squirming insect. Twilight squinted back tears and slowly shook her head. The older mare turned back to her remaining foal and held her close. Her husband did the same. Slowly, they led Sweetie Belle away. Apple Bloom sat and watched her friends make their apologies and get taken away one by one, her slouch and her frown deepening with every departure. By the time a cousin trotted up to see her, she had tipped over onto her side.
Don't call me that.
Apple Fritter flinched.
My name is Apple Bloom, not Sugar Cube, not Sweetheart, Apple Bloom.
Okay, Apple Bloom. A bunch of us have gathered up in a bushel over yonder. I reckon it'd be a good idea for you to come join your kin while Princess Twilight figures out what happens next.
Twilight was trying to come up with something to say when a male voice sounded off to her right. A pale brown earth pony stallion, wearing a monogrammed bit symbol tie and saddlebags, stormed over and snatched the tiara from Apple Bloom's head with his mouth. Twilight bit her lower lip, struggling to find proper words.
It all happened too fast. Rarity didn't get away in time. Apple Bloom, the farm, is...
Twilight took a shaky breath, but it escaped in a choked squeak before she could complete her calming routine.
I'm so sorry.
Sweetie Belle's eyes widened further still.
Rarity?
Her lip quivered. Softly, she began to cry. Apple Bloom hung her head. Her loose mane half hid her face.
But we were supposed to look after each other, all together. Oh!
Her shoulders shook with silent sobs. Scootaloo reached out and pulled Sweetie Belle into a hug. Silver Spoon made the same offer to Apple Bloom, and ran deeper into the castle grounds, straining under the weight of the crowd's shocked stares as she galloped toward the castle.
You fixed it, damn it! Do you hear me? You fixed this!
Princess, something must be done.
Princess Celestia sat in the castle's main throne room, surrounded by royal guards and functionaries and harried town mayors, and scrolls held in mid-air by golden glows.
2/3 of Ponyville's citizens are trapped in that sludge. Who knows how long they can survive that way?
Mayor Mare's pince-nez was missing, and her cravat hung loose around her sand-coloured neck.
The fields can't get any sun underneath all that muck either.
Added a pony with a cutie mark comprised of a bunch of carrots.
What'll we do if our crops die?
I was told the magic keeping the refugees able to walk on clouds only lasts for 3 days, Your Highness. If we don't deal with this soon, the unicorns and earth ponies we rescued will fall right out of Cloudsdale.
Piped up a pale pink Pegasus mare.
I have no answers for my constituents, Your Highness. They keep asking me questions, and I have no answers to any of them.
How long is this crisis going to last?
Are we going to fight this line?
Can we fight it? Is it even possible?
We could marshal our remaining citizenry into a combative force if you so order it, Your Highness. But a lot of the survivors are children or ponies with no combat experience. I'm not sure how effective they'd be.
We can't send every pony into battle willy-nilly against a demon slime monster that eats ponies.
There is no cause for panic.
Princess Celestia sat in the eye of the hurricane of pressing crises, calm and collected and serene. When she spoke, the clamoring crowd around her fell silent at once.
The danger is great, but we will overcome it.
She said firmly, making the words a statement of fact rather than a soothing blandishment.
My sister is summoning a powerful ally of ponykind, and even now my greatest student, the new princess, Twilight Sparkle, has joined her brave friends to...
The doors on the far side of the room glowed red and hurled themselves open, revealing Twilight Sparkle in the hallway beyond. She was gasping for breath through trembling lips, and her eyes shone with anguish.
Princess?
She tried to speak on, but her voice lost all volume.
Princess? Please.
Princess Celestia showed not even the faintest sign of shock as she calmly addressed her entourage.
Give us a moment, if you please.
The group reluctantly dispersed, leaving the two alicorns alone in the expansive hall. Celestia gestured in welcome with her wings, beckoning her student forward. Twilight hung her head and slowly came closer. Her legs shook with every step. She looked up at Celestia through a blur of tears.
Please. Please, tell me this is another test.
She galloped forward and threw herself against the princess. Her damp, bruised cheek slid on the elder alicorn's golden petrel. Celestia gently hugged Twilight back.
A test?
I'll fail it. I'll flunk right out. I don't care. Take it all away. Send me back. Please. Please just make it stop.
Celestia held her closer and unfolded her wings to wrap around them in a second hug.
Oh, Twilight Sparkle. I am so sorry. This is no test. But no matter what's happened, you'll never disappoint me. I am so proud of how far you've come.
Twilight pressed her face into Celestia's chest, hiding in the shade of her wings.
But they're all gone. It got them all. Rarity and Pinky, Applejack and Fluttershy. I let them down. We should have prepared faster. If I'd hurried more, if I hadn't tried to keep everything so organized, I could have...
Enough, Twilight.
Celestia spoke in the same tone Mrs. Cake had used, the stern kindness of a mother.
You tried your best. That's all any pony could have asked of you. even now, as a princess, you will sometimes face challenges that are beyond you. You aren't perfect, but that doesn't mean you're a failure. Did you think less of me when I couldn't defeat Queen Chrysalis at your brother's wedding?
No, of course not. Never.
Twilight looked up at Celestia, her eyes wide.
But all those ponies.
Her head drooped again.
It's because of them that you need to be strong, Twilight. Thousands of ponies are in danger, and thousands more may join them soon. It can seem like a painful and lonely burden sometimes, to be the one every pony turns to.
A flicker of sadness passed through Celestia's features.
But that's when the magic of friendship lightens the load. When you feel frightened or alone or uncertain, think of the ones who love and support you, whether here or far away, whether safe or endangered. And be strong for them.
Twilight wiped her eyes with a front hoof and then looked into Celestia's eyes for a long, silent moment. She managed a weak smile and slowly nodded.
I will, Princess. Thank you.
Celestia squeezed her student closer before releasing her.